I want to poll you guys on what I should do here in regards to my mother's hoarding, because we have a new chapter, and I don't really know how to. I don't know how to deal with it. I really don't.
Wait, can you catch me up on the previous chapters?
Yeah. So basically, my mom, she grew up poor, so she doesn't hoard stuff. It's mostly food.
The worst thing to hoard.
The worst thing to hoard. She jars. She's begun jarring, canning things, vegetables, meats, deli meats, gravy, the things that no one should really keep. Yeah, there we go. It's just disgusting.
Rotting. Those are her jars.
Those are her jars. I walked in one day to visit her, and there was just this awful smell. And I looked to my left, and it's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house with those fucking jars. And I'm like, geez, is this like a home security system? What is this? Yeah, because I'm about to fucking leave. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that is upsetting.
It's upsetting. But I went over there, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, just to visit. And I walk in, and I think Zach should have the picture here. Yeah. And I'm like, Mom, what the hell is going on over here?
Take me through everything. What's on the floor? Take me through everything here.
Powdered potatoes, I see. No, au gratin potatoes.
She starts bragging. Thankfully, she'll tell me that what she's doing. So I'm like, Mom, what is all this sauce on the floor? What is this? And she's like, I went to Dollar General and they were having a sauce sale, and I just got all the sauce I could. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
Why?
I wanted a lot of bad
number
sauce.
one thing that can lead to food hoarding, from what I've heard, is buying too much.
Yeah, well, it's not just buying. There's another part, and
that's part one.
This is where it gets really disturbing.
Because overbuying is a real thing, especially with groceries. It's like the biggest.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like people who don't have an issue, overbuying is like a big fuck up.
She overbuys so much. She overbuys so much. Okay, you see that box, right? You see that cardboard box?
Yeah.
You'll never guess what the fuck's inside it.
A cat.
Is it those meat jars? Is it the rotten meat jars?
No.
Is it a loved one's ash? Is it a loved one's ashes?
It's food.
75 copies of Man on Fire. Wait, what?
That could be food.
You fucking
bold
tricked
enough.
us. You tricked us there because you said you'll never guess what it is, and I would have guessed food.
Yeah. Well, it is a food. It is, and I'm not shitting you because I looked and she told me. It's a trash bag of rogue macaroni. It's like 5 pounds.
Oh,
what is rogue macaroni? Like they escaped from the factory?
Rogue box?
That box was like in an elementary school, a cafeteria.
Something like that. Here's the issue I'm having. Like, okay, she's hoarding food. That's always been a thing. But now she's lying about it. Because she claims, I'm like, where did you get 5 pounds of rogue macaroni? And she's like, they were giving it away at this new steakhouse that opened up.
What? No, they weren't.
Up the road. I'm like, were they? I'm like, they're giving you macaroni. And she's like, yeah, they couldn't use it, so they gave it to me. And then I'm like, where did you get all this stuff on the table here? And she's like, well, I got that at the food drive. I'm like, you didn't do. No, that's not a thing. No. There's none of that stuff.
This is trash. This is garbage.
Yeah. So I started putting 2 and 2 together. She talked about how my aunt and her son, my cousin, came over, and my aunt is somehow even worse than my mom. And I put 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, my aunt came over, gave this stuff to my mother, and my aunt is a known motherfucking dumpster diver. I've seen her pull chocolate milk out of the dumpster.
Where do you live?
North Carolina. So my aunt brought my mom and my mom will never throw it away. She's going to pass away. I'm going to go to her house, go to the basement, and get assaulted by meat jars, and just macaroni will pour out of crevices.
Have you ever told her that? Have you ever been like, Mom, just so you know, when you go?
I've told her. I'm like, Mom,
I'm going to throw away every fucking Rice Krispie.
And is this new? Is that an oatmeal cream pie cereal?
That's actually pretty enthralling. That's enthralling. No, that's I didn't know that existed.
Bro, this makes it all worth it.
That sounds kind of good. Right?
I actually, now that I've seen this, it wasn't a total loss.
That's
No.
crazy.
That
Oatmeal
exists.
cream pie cereal, bro.
But
by the
God
way,
knows,
I
God
love
knows how
cereal.
expired it is. Like I don't know where she
Oh,
got
that
it.
doesn't go bad.
That's bad right from
She
the
has-
beginning.
She has
It
so
never
much
was good.
food.
Listen,
How long is she expecting to live? Like to 130?
Well, how long has she been doing this?
She's been doing this, I think, since I moved out. And actually, before that, I'd say it's one of those things that's gradually come on.
Oh, there's some more cereal over there, huh?
Yeah, there's I don't know what Sweetos are. I think it's Cheetos that are sweet or something.
Yeah.
That sounds
Oh, it
cool.
is. I see Tony. I see the fucking the
Chester.
Cheeto.
Chester, yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right, gentlemen, at the Frito-Lay's corporate table, our problem is our chips. They're too healthy. We're losing the public. What do we do? How about we dust them in sugar? Brilliant, John. Brilliant.
You got
Those
a plan?
fat idiots will eat anything.
Hey, he's talking about your fans.
I am.
No.
He's talking
So,
about the audience here.
My question is, this is getting worse. My aunt is getting worse. My aunt's enabling my mother. Should I just go? Like, I'm seriously gonna poll you guys. I'm gonna come back and read the comments too on the YouTube video and stuff. Should I just go over there one day when she's not home and throw this shit away?
No,
So that'll
No?
fuck with her mentally because it's
Yeah.
a mental thing. Like
is.
if
Okay.
because like most hoarders, they don't actually have like a strict accounting of all their shit. So if you go over there and you see like 2 jars of rancid meat, sneak those out and that's it. Throw that shit away. Just ways to like keep it from
Chip away
becoming
at it, maybe?
unlivable.
Chip away at
chip
it.
away
like,
at it.
like I'm breaking out of prison. I'm taking one
Personally,
brick out
that's
of
not
the time.
me
Yes.
though. Like
Fire cleanses all.
if my that's true. If I think if my mom were doing this, I would want to like take the Band-Aid approach and try like rip it off. Like I'd be like, you know what? I can't deal with this anymore. Just so you know, Mom, like when you go in there, all of the food is gone. There's Mom, there's no even your good food, Mom. I threw it away for spite. I threw all the food away. You don't have any food at all now. None.
She
you
would
know what?
probably do like a villain thing and like scream at the heavens. You know,
like, guess what, Mom? What were you gonna eat tonight? Well, I was gonna eat the rice. The rice. Nope, there is no rice. It's all gone. Now, what are you gonna eat? You know, we play that
The rotten
game.
pig feet.
No,
Those are
no.
gone too.
I had to
Hey, man,
bury
she doesn't-
those.
She doesn't eat this stuff. Like she doesn't eat it.
You
Okay.
gotta go in between the burning the house down and what they do on Hoarders, which is like create content by going like, hey, mentally ill person, are you okay with this can of peaches from 1941 going away? And then like they milk for attention this person's problem. Like there's a middle ground.
I like
there.
that.
But I
Yeah.
bet if you walked in and like purged the whole house, all it would like do is give her like an excuse of like, all right, Costco trip. He destroyed all of my stores. I need to replenish my stores. And the second you leave, you'd come back the next time and it would be restocked with way more expensive Costco
Well, what's
shit or
the
even more
answer,
cheap
though?
sauce.
Like I
What-
guess the answer is just like accepting that part of her is hoarding.
Make it about her health.
So
Be like it's really unhealthy to live in
I-
this way. And I love you and I want you to be around for a long time. Please. Like, I don't know.
I approached this like I would if like someone had an eating disorder. I like just did the following same steps that you would do then, and I see that it's pretty close right now. And I'm only saying this because it looks like I've obviously seen way worse hoarding on TV or whatever, but that is bad hoarding, and it looks like it's bad, but it looks like it's not. Like it's probably on the I feel like on the better side of how bad things can get.
It's not that she's like a messy hoarder. She's not somebody to really like that. A lot of that stuff will get cleaned up and organized. She's like an organized fucking. She's making like military.
She's
rations.
stockpiling.
She's
That's the thing.
stockpiling,
A lot of hoarders aren't organized. Like it just looks like how your table looked there, where she like put all the groceries down there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so I was looking at this and it said you can't force someone to change this.
Okay.
You can't persuade, trick, or force them to stopping this.
Okay.
You have to help them to seek treatment.
Oh god.
Okay, but wait, I did some extra looking. Okay.
Okay.
I looked up North Carolina hoarding rehabilitation. And hoarding, don't let her insurance find out about this just yet.
Okay.
So delete the VOD of this. And, because insurance will try to stop providing coverage for liability against fire, mold, and water damage because of it. However, hoarding is also now, and remember, this is everything I'm saying is not financial advice. I'm the fucking bacon guy on YouTube. I'm just doing some quick searching here.
Sure.
It's compulsive hoarding is now considered a mental disability and is therefore protected under the various disability related laws.
Okay.
So if she seeks help and maybe it's considered a disability, maybe there's a recourse for her to go to a rehabilitation center and it won't be costly. Because I remember you said that she wasn't so well money wise. So,
she's actually, she pretends to, that's another thing. She pretends to be poor, but she's like loaded. I don't know.
So, well, then you know what? Then even a better situation to be in, looking for treatment and support, because that's so serious, right? Like rehab. But another thing that I found out while doing this is that like food hoarding can be like signs of dementia, or dementia patients hoard food.
But
now,
he says this has been going on since he left the house. Like,
yeah, knock on wood, God forbid. Like,
it gets worse. Yeah.
Yeah, my uncle's going through that now, and it's a little bit, and then more and more and more. But they seeing and touching items like it could be giving them comfort or whatever. So I'm just saying maybe there's something more than hoarding. God forbid, knock on wood, that it's dementia or something. But like at least like this looks like something where it's like, let's get this to the pros.
Right.
You got to get it to the professionals because your mom sounds like a sweet lady. And she doesn't want you to worry about where the macaroni came from and shit like that.
I can't.
So she's going to be like, don't worry about me. We're worried about you right now. Let's get you some garbage macaroni. You know, like that's where she's at. So I feel like
it's
you
still
gotta,
good.
you gotta do that, and also avoid making threats under all circumstances.
You don't throw away those pears, I'm gonna kill you.
No, there was one instance. It was one of the reasons I moved out so early. Like when I started YouTube at 19 or 18, started getting paid for it around 19. And I had moved out by like 2021. I could have saved my money. I could have stayed home, saved my money or whatever. But I moved out as soon as possible because I remember getting my first fucking YouTube like paycheck, and I never really had money before. Like I just worked like a shitty mall job before this. So I go to I go to the grocery store and I get those little $1 Michelinas, dinners because I'm like fucking high roller,
I fucking love those though.
I love them.
Your favorite?
Which one? The chicken Alfredo.
Fuck yeah!
I was going to say that.
Crust on the edge.
Alfredo. Yes. But mac and cheese is pretty good also.
The mac and cheese
they got a weird mac and cheese, but it's their mac and cheese. And I like that about it.
Mac and
it's hard
cheese.
to fuck up mac and cheese.
It is. But I bought a bunch and I get it home, and I didn't think like, oh shit, there's no fucking room in the freezer. Like freezer's packed full. And this is what, like 10, 12 years ago? Yeah, 12 years ago. So I start going through the freezer. I'm like, all right, I'm going to just go through. And if anything's old, I'm just going to throw it out. What? It's like time this thing gets cleaned out anyway. And I start dumping stuff in the trash, putting my little Michelinas, sliding in there, like Tetrising it in there. And my mom comes home and she literally like does the Macaulay Culkin, like, thing, seeing what I'm doing. And she's like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm throwing old stuff away. And she's like, no, you can't do that. And she starts digging through the trash like Oscar the Grouch, pulling this stuff out.
Fuck.
And I'm like, Mom, there's no room in the freezer. Like, I can't take this stuff back to the store. What are you going to do? And she's like, I got it handled. And she takes all this garbage. It's like half thawed, takes all this garbage, like 10-year-old fucking steak. There was berries that were frozen like 20 years ago. She's taking, I'm not kidding, by the way, she's taking it all out in a big pile, and she takes it outside and she pulls up this like blanket thing on the porch. I wasn't even paying attention. There's a fucking separate freezer. There's like a hidden freezer.
Oh shit.
And she puts this stuff in this secret like meat cleaver Texas chainsaw freezer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where did this come from? What's going on? And she's
Does
like,
she ever want to like refresh it and like go in and throw away the old berries, put new berries in, or it's just once it's there, it's there?
No, always new berries. There's no such thing as old berries. All berries are new berries.
Eventually, it's just frozen wine, I imagine, at a certain point. But not like she made some progress. She cleaned out the cupboard one time because I found macaroni and cheese that like expired at the turn of the fucking millennium. You know, like literally, like I found that. I found a ham that could vote. 20-year-old ham. Like it got so bad. I'm like, Mom, this is disgusting. Nobody's gonna want to come over here. I can't have my girlfriend. I used to have my girlfriend over to her house when she would cook, and I'd be like, whatever she cooks and offers you, run it by me first.
Wow.
Or you will get diarrhea. I've had so many Thanksgivings where I'm in the fucking toilet, you know, just diarrheaing from the fucking 20-year-old gravy she served because I didn't check it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And like, you know, the Andy Griffith theme's playing to the fucking house. So I'm hearing like the whistling as I'm
That's
shitting.
when the gravy was made.
Yeah, pretty much. You know,
Aunt B.
That's Aunt B probably gravy. Fucking made the goddamn gravy. Yeah. And she'd do this thing. She'd like, so she'd put out like, she'd make a salad, you know, she'd put out the salad dressings. And I'm like, well, the salad can't be old. It'd be brown.
Yeah.
You know, so that's good. But I'm like looking at all the fucking salad dressings, and I'm like,
the salad can't be old. So that's your anchor point for dinner.
That's my anchor
salad.
point. That's my anchor point. I'm like, the chicken she cooked, if that was old, it would smell really bad, you know. So I'm like, fresh chicken, fresh salad, that's good. But I'm like, I checked all the dressings, every one of them expired like 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm like, just don't eat the salad. Just don't eat.
Well, that's another thing that I read here. It said safety. Make sure they're safe also. So if there is a dangerous food, like Taylor said, sneak those ones out.
Those meats are
take
fucking
those
dangerous.
out. Yeah, if it's
those meats are very dangerous.
Get those the hell out of there.
I read they're growing botulism in those jars.
Yeah,
it's biological warfare.
She put those in the basement. Here's the thing, though. She put those in the basement, and that motherfucker's got a lock on it. I might have to bust the lock.
Oh, maybe
you're gonna have to. That's just a murder jar.
I could pick the lock. If I bust the lock, she's gonna.
Dude, I'll tell you what. If you want a live stream that I would fucking die for, it's someone like how someone else holds the camera, and you like break that lock off, and you go down into the meat cellar. like I've sent Mom on a vacation to the Caribbean.
I've sent her on a vacation to Costco distribution center where she can see all the pallets of food.
She's going to the dented can museum.
She's taking pictures.
No, I just sent her to Sam's Club. You know, she's like, $60 bag of Lucky Charms. That's bigger than I am. Okay.
They sell mayo by the gallon.
They sell the whole cow here.
Could you? I don't know, because it's such a mental thing. Could you rationalize it to her if you were having company, being like, and this would even be playing into it, but it'd be like, hey, you don't want to waste any of your stockpile. You should go buy fresh stuff for dinner tonight.
That's the thing, man.
It just doesn't work. She
does this thing. I had to yell at her one time, and I hate I had to do this, but she was like, the best way I can put it is like she was harassing my grandmother at a Thanksgiving dinner, trying to get her to like, she does this thing where she tries to like push food on people to where it's like, it gets to a point where it's like rude.
Yeah.
Like how many times can I say, no, I don't want your old turkey. You know what I mean? I don't want your,
your ancient turkey.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I get rude, but after a while I can be very honest and direct in situations like that. You know,
I had to tell her, I'm like, Mom, Grandma does not want to take the stuffing home. Stop trying to force pies on her. She's diabetic. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah, like stop. Like you're gonna.
She can't have that. You know that.
She literally can't have it.
She will die. Like you can't do that. You see those lesions on her feet? That's not from carrots.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's an odd one to deal with. I have never experienced that.
That's rough, dude.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's so weird too. Yeah. Like to deal with. I guess from your point of view, I'm sure.
It's
because like a drug addiction, you can wrap your head around, or I can. You know, like something like that makes sense to me to some extent.
You can be like heroin. Oh, you're addicted to heroin? Well, everyone I've heard talk about heroin says it's very easy to get addicted to.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing with drugs, where it's like that person who's on heroin, like you can push them, you can pressure them, you can put them in rehab, you can do whatever. But until they on their own volition go, hey, you know what? The external pressures of me not doing this, that's weaker now. It's the internal, like, this is killing me. I hate, like, that's what has to happen.
Yeah.
How old's your mother?
She is 62, I believe. Yeah.
I think my mom's around that age. Let's see, my mom is 59. I think 59 or
59. Almost nice.
My dad is 69.
Almost nice.
I think my dad's 69.
Oh, hell yeah. We got it.
Next
we got
number.
But no, I've never known anyone who hoarded. I've known people who like kept junk, but like not to the point where it was excessive. To the point where, and even I just recently moved to a new place here. And
I see like 4 things in my camera that I am hoarding. I am currently in the process of hoarding.